Hey, gang. I'll let everybody, give everybody a minute or two to get file in.
You all right, Luke?
Yeah, yeah. How are you, man?
Yeah, good, good.
Good. Been in a bat cave of sorts, trying to get things rolling.
Any new gadgets in there?
New gadgets. More of like playbooks than gadgets. But good stuff, man. It's been awesome. How are you doing, man?
Good, good. Just, just working.
I like the Valentine's Day memes.
Yeah, that's actually Jenny's work.
Oh, that's right. Those were good though. I think I saw you tweeting those. Really, really cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought I
yeah.
thought it was the idea to get it going, but Jenny created all those.
That's awesome.
It's
Yeah,
an Inventors Day today.
indeed.
Celebrating a bit of Brendan.
Indeed.
He was worried about how we'd given him a neck beard in one of the memes.
I know. I got a note about that. I said, "Hey, look, we got to put a little bit of feathering on the knockout on the eraser tool." And now,
Well,
now that I think of it, I'm like, I didn't even think about the neck beard, and now it's just should we make a series of neck beard memes for memes for Brennan, But I'm not.
yeah. Well, I'm sure JavaScript at its time when people have been learning it and doing the programming, a fair few neckbeards have been created.
No doubt, no doubt about that.
No time to shave. Too busy coding.
Too busy scripting the neckbeard into existence. Hey, Jenny, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good, good.
Hope everyone's doing well. Hope your week is off to a great start. Um, let's hop into the deck, shall we?
Yeah, dive right in.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, so this week, our X Spaces topic with Unfungible will be Your Data Isn't Perfect, but It Pays. And joining us on the panel will be Kerberos, Nillion Network, Bitmask, and Bravado ID. And that's happening this Friday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. And then next week, that's a mistake. It's not also supposed to say the 14th. It's the following Friday. Our topic of discussion will be Web3 in 2025, Committing Crime 101 with Coinomi and Ventory. Not sure what our friends at Unfungible have planned for that one, but we'll soon find out. Join us there next Friday. Okay, next I wanted to give the group a little self-custody BAT rewards via Solana early access update. So far through our block survey sign-up form, which we've been circulating in the community, I'm sure everybody here has either signed up through the form or has seen it circulating on X or in Discord or on community.brave. We've received over 5,800 signups through that form alone, which is incredible. That's all happened through word of mouth. Thanks to our ambassadors, C-Ray, who's been spreading it around, and probably everybody here. So thank you all for bringing more users into the fold. If you filled out the form on or before today, February 11th, your payment ID has been submitted for whitelisting. So if you haven't already, you should receive an invite to link your Solana wallet to Brave Rewards within the next couple of days. If you haven't joined the early access guest list but would like to, I'm sure somebody can drop the link for that form in the chat while I'm chatting. And if not, I'll drop it later. And I just want to remind everybody that you want to be really careful when filling out the form. We ask for your Discord handle. That's just so we can update you on progress. And also your rewards payment ID, and make sure that you copy paste that properly. Otherwise, we can't whitelist you. So just be careful when filling out the form, but I think there's like 2 or 3 fields to fill out. It's not very long. Just be careful when doing it. And last thing I'll say, actually not the last thing I'll say, but before last thing is that completing the form is totally optional, and we're phasing this feature in worldwide. So you can just wait for it to become available to you if you don't want to sign up through the early access form, but this is just for people who are keen. Okay, additionally, you all probably know this, but in case you don't, the Brave Rewards team has sent out millions of self-custody invites to unlinked users around the world. And remember that unlinked just means that the user is not currently connected to a custodian, such as Uphold, Gemini, Bitfly, or ZebPay. And I think we've spoken about this on this call several times, but just want to remind everyone that the rewards team is also working on a Solana waitlist feature that will appear in the rewards UI in the next couple of months. And it's basically like a button to fast track yourself to getting an invite if you haven't received one yet. So you can just join the waitlist straight from the rewards UI, and you won't need to sign up on the blocks through the block survey form that we've been circulating in the community. It's just a much quicker way to do it for you. It's likely to speed up your invite. And the cool thing is that this will be made available to both linked and unlinked users. So that's good to know. And Chris also informed me that most unlinked users should have received an invite to link their Solana wallets to rewards by now. If you haven't, go into your rewards panel and just double check that. But yeah, you should have most likely received an invite by now. If not, sign up via the form. We'll get you in there. And Christopher has been publishing updates on self-custody on X. His handle is MiaYesErium. It's linked there, not linked, but tagged there at the bottom of the slide. So if you want to follow him, you can see his regular self-custody updates on X and other interesting tweets. Okay, and then lastly from me, just for fun, since Valentine's Day is right around the corner, we decided to launch a Batentines meme contest. So the challenge is for the community to create the best bat-themed Valentine, inspired by traditional Valentine grams or candy grams that you might have received as a kid and maybe still receive if you are a big kid like me. The prize is going to be 300 bat for the winner. And the contest is running from today until February 14th. And all you have to do to enter is create a bat-themed Valentine and upload it on the thread that is pinned on the Attention Token X page. On the next slide, I'm going to show you some examples for inspiration. Okay, here you go. There's more. Hang on. And there we go. Thank you to my team for being the inspiration for these Valentineograms.
Oh my God, those are cool.
All right. That's all for me. Over to you, Battern.
Hello, everyone. I've got an ambassador update for you this week. So this week we've had 3 meetings across different time zones. It's good to capture people wherever they're ready. We're having 1 meeting with the leader of programs to discuss everything on a high level. And we're holding training on specific topics weekly, starting this week with how to meme good on X with me. Like, I know it's good to share what you're good at or what you do, or even if you're not that good at it. And we're going to be doing Reddit next week, and hopefully it inspire people to share stuff they're good at as well. We've been using a new system for documenting the tasks and reviewing them weekly. It's helped us keep on top of everything, which has been good. This week we've had Dragon Dave and Gabrielle discovered they're in the same city. Gabriel even, so they're going to meet up imminently. Moonbeam has finally got all the permissions she required for the program's second brain to go online. She's on our Notion now. She's got Zapier, and that's connected to the Discord. So whenever someone blah blah blah. Whenever someone has a proposal, it'll go instantly from the form to Notion to a ping in Discord. Then once we've responded to it, they'll get pinged back it's responded to, which will be amazing for keeping going things smoothly, especially as we expand. Keith's been working on an AI chat bot that's far too fun for public consumption. But one day we're hoping to let it loose just to be able to answer everyone's questions and chill across the timeline. Yep. Cheers. That's me. Next slide.
So this was a doc that I did yesterday, and I just thought Kid's take was pretty funny. Just wanted to share with you.
That's awesome.
So updates from Echo. I started working on the covers for the magazine. I'm trying to fill the contents that are up to me, and already have the cover. I'm going to share the variations later on. And these are the things that I can say about it. It's releasing sometime late in March. It will have 3 traits, as the prior ones have. This will be a common, a rare, and legendary. We will count with a Drip collaboration, so we'll actually feature a bit of analytics and history from Drip, and it will highlight the Brave Creators program, which perhaps Luke will be able to talk in a few. Next slide, please. Thank you. So these are the covers that I've done. They need a little fixing, but I wanted to showcase what they would look like. It will be a rare, common, legendary, and you can see the things that they will have and not have. This is still conceptual. I want to still see if it will be possible to have an audio version. We're currently working with a team member from Drip that actually works with some musicians. However, that might have to be an extra drop versus being included on this one, because we can't have a magazine and then feature audio or video in between the image, because it's like an image carousel. But it's something that we'll be working on. Maybe it's something that we can do externally and link on the description of the CNFT. Anyways, I'll look into it and see if this will be a possibility, because it would be really, really fun to have an audio version of it. Plus, more accessible. For the contents themselves, we'll feature Drip, and I'll try to see if we can get like the history of Drip, how it came to be. Vibe will try to help me on this if he's has availability, and then some Drip fun data, like who was the first channel on Drip, who is the most subscribed channel on Drip, what was the highest auction that they have seen so far on Drip, and things like that, just so we can understand a little bit of the history of the platform, and at the same time see some fun stats and just know what the records are. Then we'll feature Drip creators, so we can highlight a creation of let's say top 10 community articles, like what Keith is doing, for example, with AI is an interesting thing to explore. Maybe it would be fun to have it as an article if Keith's up to it. And creator program overview. So just see what Brave is doing with that, see how it's going thus far, in a very similar manner that we did with the Memecoin growth program. And I think that's it from my end. Yes, on to Drew.
Yeah, so it's about that time of the month where rewards are rolling out. So be on the lookout for that. It looks like I think Uphold and I think Bitflyer have gone out. The rest are still kind of in the works, but hopefully soon we'll have those out. Interested to see the increase in Solana bat holders after this goes through. I'm sure it'll be a little bump there. So other than that, we're working with Bandit and getting a couple of quests going on the guano side. One is to give some guano to every bat holder on Solana, or SPL bat holders. So get ready for that. That's coming soon. And be on the lookout for that. And then I think we shared last week, though, in the nightly version of Brave, the new layout for the rewards and stuff is in there. So that's coming, and we've been working to kind of load that up with people to put on their projects and stuff. So be on the lookout for more of that stuff too, coming soon. So I think that's about it for me. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Drew. Hi, everyone. Hope you're having a lovely day. Now for additional updates. including updates in Latam as well. We are exploring potential opportunities and collaborations with the Bad Mexico team, Donatello and Eric. I mean, Eric in Spanish. There's an event coming up this year, and we would like to look for, ways to collaborate and, of course, assist the team there. So later this week, we'll have a meeting to discuss the details for this. And well, as well as some community projects in Mexico, including the Bad Mexico Instagram account. So I'll keep you posted. And also, the localization for the blog post about re-rank is now ready. However, we need to localize some other strengths before publishing, but it'll be available in Spanish soon. And lastly, for the Bad Community written summaries, number 34 and 35 are in progress. Butter and I have been working on it, but they'll be published in Notion soon. Next slide, please. Thank you. And so we just posted the link to the Notion summaries, and that includes the one in English, which is like the original, the translation in Spanish and Hindi, and Natch from the Bad Japan team is currently working on the Japanese translation. So yeah, thanks Dave and Natch for your help. Thank you. And now for the highlights of the week, I wanted to share with you this couple of posts from that 10x dev, who actually reposted another awesome post from JNS. So thank you. And of course, our amazing Bad Ambassador Keith reposted this, which is awesome. See, even your grandma can easily switch to Brave, so there's no excuse. And also a reply from Dev2Null. But I wanted to give a special mention to our Bad Ambassador, Ariñaca. A couple of weeks ago, we sent him a thank you gift. Yeah, like a thank you gift for his time and dedication as an ambassador. Bud, especially specifically for helping us with the Bad Community Call summaries. And now we truly understand how much time it takes to create those. So we're very, very grateful for his help. So big shout out to all of them. And that's all from us today. Thank you.
Awesome. Great updates from everybody. Yeah, it's exciting to see a lot going on. I'm going to give folks kind of an update too on some work that we've been doing just kind of as a team. I think I might have hinted at this last week, but I'm basically like coming out with a rewards partner program that I'm kind of briefing the team on internally now, and then on next week's call, we'll give a run through here to the community because we want the community to get involved with it too, if you want. But basically, with the rewards, 3.0 launching, we want to load the offer wall with stuff with partners that want to be there at the go to market because we're going to be rolling it out in kind of 2 phases. And so we've crafted this whole program together and kind of prioritized it for BAT, where essentially they'll have a couple of options, but they'll be buying in on tranches and they'll get a bunch of added value and they'll be paying in BAT to join the program. And so we'll be posting kind of the BAT buys that are happening from the program participants as they onboard. And part of the plan too is to kind of get the community involved. For us to contact to get involved in the program. We'll be kind of keeping track of folks and kind of leaderboarding and all that fun stuff too along the way. But the whole idea here is to kind of just fully load that offer wall up with partners and kind of have them be longer term for this, because it's kind of a new thing we're releasing, and we want it to be kind of a sweet experience and have them add some BAT utility to their dApps or whatever they're doing. And so we're getting getting forward on that. We've been briefing teams on it for about a month, and so we're re-engaging on that to schedule meetings to go over this and get folks in the pipe. But yeah, a lot of effort around that has been going on behind the scenes. So excited to show you guys next week. We'll do like a proper run through, but should be pretty bullish. Like we should be getting a lot of bat purchased for that, like from partners and stuff, and we touting that out. Yeah, I think let me see what else we got here update wise. Let's see. All right, let's see here. Full page mode for Leo's out as of 5 days ago, which is cool. Try it out. And we were spotted on Linus Tech Tips, which is cool. Also, Danny Jones been using it, which is cool. Let's see here. And I don't know. Let's open it up for questions. Folks want to talk about stuff. Sergeant Piper, what's up, my man?
I was this is something I'm wondering about because I see it in some other browsers. Would there ever be a feature where you could whitelist specific cookies? For example, if you have the forget me when I close this website feature on for Brave Shields, is that something that could be implemented?
Yeah, we can check with the team on that. I know there's like there's kind of a hacky way to do it with filter rules, but we can check and see if there's some way to add a better, like an easier way to select and whitelist.
All right, that's all.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
This might be similar to Sergeant Piper's one, but is there a way of unblocking specific YouTube channels? Like there might be people who like want to support specific creators, but not the rest of them. You know what I mean? I know there's bat.
Yeah.
I know there's bat, but I did see someone ask that question, so I thought I would check.
For like with the adverts on the on
like just say you like, just for example, let's say you really like Linus Tech Tips and you just wanted it to be shields up whenever it was on him automatically.
Yeah, I mean, the easiest way to do that would just be to turn shield off when you're on their site. Right?
Yeah, it's true.
but I mean, let me think. I don't think we can do it at the creator level. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No worries. I'll pass that along.
No, it's good, man.
I just told him to tell him to get bat and tip him some bats, but
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the way.
It's what it's for.
Totally. Well, I mean, it's kind of like ties in with some of the creator program stuff. So one thing we've also been doing, and I know Guillermo was asking about this, is we've got, obviously we have Wendy is one of the creators that we're working with. We've got about like 3 or 4 others that we're in talks with too, to kind of come on as like kind of advisors on this creator program that we're working on from different areas. And part of it too is like, what are ways that we can grow some of the other channels that creators monetize on outside of YouTube? So like if they have a Patreon, or like if they want to contribute crypto through Brave, or are there ways we can, offer top-ups and things like that to them as well? Like this is stuff we're going to dig into more, because the creator monetization is like a lot different now than it was when we launched creators, and so are our plans too. So like that's going to be kind of part of the focus too, is like what are ways that we can dig in more with creators and get them more money. So that's a good question. Let's see here. What else we got, people? I'm just checking the chat. All right, Guillermo, what's up, my man?
I got 2 questions. First one, in the past community call, why did you guys make me Russian? What the heck?
We were trying to do, I was doing a really bad impression. I couldn't do it without it sounding like super Russian. I don't know.
Zero. And the follow-up question is regarding the creator growth program. So can you go a little bit in depth about it? And are there any future plans for the creator program in Brave or Brave Creators? I know there was some talk about making on-chain tips versus being custodial dependent in the same manner that we're doing with rewards? Is it
Yeah,
like something you guys are working on?
yeah, the on-chain tip part, like, I mean, basically kind of, we're trying to kind of refactor the whole thing so that it's more on-chain friendly, right? Like, so the whole auto contribute thing wasn't very great because, these there are other models out there that we can sample from. So you could do something like a subscription where you're basically like subscribing monthly to them, or do a one-time tip, or etc. Like, and one thing we're looking at is like, okay, one, are there ways that we can have them promoting, like, kind of like the referral program was with us, but have them promoting Brave, and kind of matching value to promote them on our platform, and kind of help their growth that way. And then, yeah, the other areas too are around like tooling and working with other platforms. So like, we're working with Drip House, right? Like, what are ways that we could pull creators into Drip House and start doing things there? What are ways that we can bring creators into other platforms too? Or different types of tools, or quests, or other things like that creators might not know about, that we can kind of turn them on to, that are Web3 related. I mean, like, if you think about it, like, a lot of these like larger creators could start to do things with quests and have them be kind of a hit, especially like if they want to start to like get into the crypto side more. And a lot of times they just don't know that these things are available. So what we can do with our program is kind of like turn them on to a lot of these things and like help educate them, and then, help them make more money.
All right, thank you, comrade.
Yeah. Curl Resistance, you got a hand up. How's it going?
Very good. How are you?
Good.
My question is about, do you have any teams that look at iPads, that look at the other browsers, and see what kind of other features that Brave can do?
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that the product team does often within the company. So like, when feature comparisons, when we hear about other browsers, like, for example, I think Opera just started to release some like mindful browsing mode or whatever. So we're kind of looking into these things. So sometimes you get like you can look and see what's ahead of time in their dev channels and whatnot. But like, other times we're kind of just watching what drops, and in our digging in and seeing, hey, look, do we like this? Is there something we could do different or better, or what?
Because I noticed that there was a lot of chatter today about the Zen browser, and we can't afford to fall behind any browser.
True. We can definitely be working faster on the customization stuff. But I saw the thread you're talking about, and yeah, I agree.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think was Darth Furious wanted to speak, but maybe they're gone.
No, sorry. It's actually because I backed out. Hey
no
guys,
worries.
how are you? First out, big shout out to Jenny. Hey Jenny, it's Steph from McGill when we did our meetup back in, I think, 2017, early 2019. Hey guys.
Oh my God. Yes, I remember you. How could I forget? That was a good meetup.
So
good to hear from you.
Thanks, Jen. I'm saying that at the same time, guys, to let you know that I'm just the average. I'm a content creator. I founded Magnet, but I've been with you guys for a long time. I talk to a lot of other content creators throughout the years, and what I'm receiving a lot as a feedback is that one of the barriers to entry for a lot of content creator people to get on Brave and utilize BAT as a reward token for their content is that you're utilizing a third party. I was wondering if in the long-term future, does Brave and BAT have the intention to be fully just on-chain? So when a tip is made or if a subscription is made, we don't have to go through this third party and just directly be on-chain.
Hell yes. That's
Oh,
exactly
yeah.
where we want to go. That's where, like, with the new roadmap that we released, is all kind of in that spirit of, getting us out there, letting creators, verify and link different chains addresses that they want, for chains that they're supported, that and bringing this all on chain. Like, that's definitely the direction we want to go in. Not only just because it gets super complicated with custodians and, your keys, your crypto, and all of that. And, now we're at a time where it's actually feasible to start doing that. Like, in the past, it wasn't. When you had, like, Ethereum, or a couple other options, the fees were just too high and prohibitive there. But now that you've got, like, Solana, there are a lot of L2s and other EVMs that are out there. It's actually affordable to start to go down this road with these different options. And we also, have the wallet baked in the browser. And especially with some of these things with AI too. Like, one thing we've been talking a lot about are ways that we can, have AI help with a lot of onboarding for new folks that want to try things out and do things, etc. So, yeah, just to answer the question, absolutely, that's the direction we're going into for a whole bunch of reasons. And we even started, like, our own kind of compliance division that Marshall Road leads up internally, to make sure that we're well equipped for that, and are able to do it. And because I think, ultimately it's way better for the narrative anyway, like, to be doing this stuff on chain and not having to, have people go through the whole custodial process, because, yeah, that sucks.
Well, just to let you know, Luke, and everybody else, you have these silent supporters. I'm not the guy that retweets. I'm not the guy that likes. But like I said, I've been around you guys a long time. I still support you. Still talk about the basic attention token to everybody.
Love it.
I think that'll be a great career. And I'll finish us off. Jenny, come spring, because I hate winter. Come spring, we better have I want a bat meeting, and I'll for sure hype it up as well. I want a bat meeting back at the McGill, get together and bring this basic, because you know what, you guys were so original, man. Like I said, being with you guys so long, rewarding the content creators is always been the foundation of crypto. If you think about it, if you think of debanking, you're thinking of what? At the same time, you're thinking about that. So great job, guys. Keep on going. I won't be here all the time, but really proud of you. You have an amazing team. And look, you have team that believe in. Look, Jenny's been with you guys since the beginning almost. So props to her. Props to her as well. She deserves it. So cheers to everybody. I'll be listening. I'm out.
Darth too, like, we'd love to, like, as we get the creator program rolling too, we'd love to bring you in and get feedback on it, and figure out ways that get your thoughts on how we can make it better, add things to it, etc. too, because that's something, a brain trust we want to get on board, are those creators, because ultimately, especially if you're talking with other creators too, because the more that we can get that gateway to that feedback, the better we can make everything. So yeah, don't be a stranger, man. And also, yeah, like Jenny, I don't think people realize, like, a lot of people know, like, Jenny has been with BAT, like, from before we even launched the token. Like, there were so much FUD, like, in the early days around the token launch, and it was just kind of the thing. And, like, Jenny wrote this whole blog post defending BAT, like, before we were even working together. It was super cool. And then yeah, like, and then shortly after, Jenny and Steven came on, and rest is history. It's super cool.
Awesome. It's true. Sometimes I think about it, I'm like, I have been here for such a long time. I just don't like being the center of attention. But yes, I have been here for so long, and it's been such a journey. And wow, it's always nice to hear from users who have, like, been around since the earlier days too. And, like, just, oh man, Steph, thank you for coming and, like, sharing that awesome feedback about the project and just about the team. It's, like, so heartwarming. And yeah, we'll definitely have to do another Montreal meetup at McGill in the spring. Don't you worry, I'll get it organized. Yeah, Christopher is there too. Yep.
See, that's wild. I mean, like, it's so funny. Like Jenny and Christopher both, like, through the community, and now are still here. Like, Christopher's, like, PM on rewards. Like, it's pretty rad. Like, that just the longevity of it.
Our whole team that started around the same time, Dan Murphy, Steven,
Yep.
yeah, all community people, all still here. And now our team, the community team that's currently here, Drew, Battern, Guillermo, Godson, all community people too.
Yeah, that's
Amazing.
true. It's wild.
Yeah.
All right, well, Sergeant Piper, you've had a hand up. Why don't we go to you?
So I want to ask a question. In a hypothetical scenario, if God forbid Chromium ever became proprietary, since I think it's technically possible since it's not under the GPL or something, would Brave have the resources to essentially make a hard fork and kind of maintain their own engine essentially? Or is that not something to do until the very far future? They wouldn't be able to do that.
I mean, if it came down to those kinds of scenarios, we would figure out a way to do that and make it work. Like, and that's another. I'm glad you asked this question because this comes up like a lot on Twitter and or X or whatever, and there's also like some history here too. When Brave first started, we were basically like an Electron fork that we did, and we kind of put this out there, or we were using Electron, and we forked it over to this thing called Muon that we were running for a while before we did the switch over to the Chromium side, like on the front end. And like each iteration is just like a different chapter in the story. And I mean, there's really good reasons why we're using Chromium. And people try to treat it as like some, I don't know, like a bad smell or something, but like in reality, it's like you use the best option you can. And I think also like if we can make a user first, browser that is kind of uses that foundation that has become, the greatest adopted browser out there with Chrome, right? Like we can beat them with their own game and take the win there. But yeah, like these things, you think about them sometimes, right? Like what happens? Like I think the antitrust stuff really kind of like people start talking about, whoa, as they spin this off, right? Like as a unit away from Google, and what does that mean for everything? And but ultimately, I think I've seen this team do amazing things. Especially if you look at like Brian Bonnie's our co-founder and CTO. Like I've seen him and the team like hack on stuff where it's just like machines working at it. Like, and if it came down to it, we would do what we have to do, right? Like Brave will be Brave regardless of what happens with in that kind of a scenario, right? Like it's kind of the first principles that drive you, and the other stuff is just figure out technical solutions that would work. So I hope
all right. Yeah, that kind of answers my question. That I'm pretty happy with that, to hear that answer.
Yeah, man. I mean, like we will, like it's a mission too, like in a company, right? Like you kind of, whether we're doing a browser or other pieces of software, like as long as we're kind of focused on that user first side and doing things the right way, like we're gonna have users around that. That is a great question. Bows, what's up?
Hey man, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I didn't have a conflict with the call today, so I thought I'd hop on.
I love it.
I got invited to an impromptu DSci meetup a couple weeks ago. Kind of was a last minute thing, but that was kind of cool. Got to talk to some people about Brave there. Meet some like founders and VCs and some startup people and some like people kind of new to Web3 and crypto too. And
anything interesting from that you want to share? Like any cool stuff you saw?
Well, this one was kind of interesting because it wasn't like most types of meetups I went to, in that there was like crypto people there, but a lot of the people there were like bioscience and like biomed. So like a lot of medical startups actually, and just talking to like kind of a different group of people, but people who also, a lot of them also had crypto interests or kind of were coming at from different areas. Like I talked to some lawyers there who and like some people who were really interested in crypto, partially because of like their interest in decentralized science and like breaking away from maybe like traditional VC models. So it was just kind of interesting, just because if you always go to the same place and talk to the same people, there's kind of limits on how many new people you'll find who maybe haven't heard about Brave. And, I'm just kind of cool talking to, a little bit different sector in the area, I guess.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, people were very excited. It was last minute, so I just grabbed like a couple beanies to give out. But people were really excited about that. They're like, "Yeah, we're going to do some more of these. Like, please bring some more merch. Like, talk to us about it." I was like, "Oh, okay." I mean, people want to talk to you a lot more when you give out free stuff. Apparently,
People love merch. Man, merch is like good currency to give away. Like for these things, you can then they keep wearing it forever. We got to send you a care package like for the next round of those things.
but yeah, I mean, it was cool just because some people were newer to the space, and those are the type of people who often haven't heard about Brave yet. So, so I enjoyed that. I mean, nothing like too earth shattering, but it's kind of cool that there's another place to kind of network and to meet more people who, have some overlapping interests.
I think it's a great point though. Like if you don't break out of the bubble, right? Like you're never going to hit that next ring. And the kind of cool thing about what we're doing here is that everybody uses a browser and search engine, right? Like it's one of those things where you can almost go to any tech related thing and have a conversation about it. I think it's a really good point.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm going to try to go to a few more of those. I might even go to like some Web3 pitch competitions and that have some like VC networking stuff at. I'm not VC, but
maybe on the weekend.
I like to talk to people, so.
That's awesome.
And there's a few of those coming off in my area as well. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to chime in. I mean, I've seen a few things with the browser, but I'm just kind of monitoring them because they might have been fixed in the last update. Not sure, but wanted to ask with on-chain rewards and everything moving on-chain and the progress getting made there. I kind of wanted to circle back around to some of the stuff that we had talked about in the past, such as like Brave trying to get in on some of the like shopping space, like specific, not necessarily just like how there's Google Shop, but more kind of like how Rakuten and some of these other apps work, but in a more privacy respecting way, built-in way, because it seems like an easy way to add revenue for Brave and to maybe like get some more BAT integration and maybe like get people using BAT who don't even realize they're using BAT potentially based on how you implement. So it seemed like a cool thing. Just wanted to hear if you guys had any more thoughts on that or have been looking at that anymore since the on-chain move.
We have. I think I'm glad you brought that up. So we've been looking at a couple of things. Like one is evaluating different options for something like that could work. And we've got like pieces of it that are kind of coming together. The other thing though, we've been spending a lot of time on the past couple of weeks, especially with some of these changes in DC that are going on, is like looking at it from looking at a lot of options around rewards that we kind of had to put on the sidelines. So things like, we were getting offers all the time for things where like, hey, you can do this or that and get a rev share and then kind of, add to the reward pool or whatever. And so we're looking at a bunch of different options. I think, e-commerce or purchases are one area. Other things too around like, even things like liquid staking, using liquid staking tokens or staking in general, and stable coin use, which can tie back to that, commerce option too. So there's a bunch of areas that we're digging in on in a pretty major way, because if we can build this out, like if you look at what we've got with this 3.0 launch, right? Like we've really got the ability to showcase a lot of different types of activities and transaction types and things like that users can do this. Like if we can start to like look at ways that we can, generate revenue through there in new ways, and have that come back to users, like the rewards benefit to users is going to increase, which will get more people opting in, get more people retained, et cetera, and create a lot more business potential and bigger partnerships. So this is an area we're really digging into right now, because, you know, we need to, and it's time to do it. And, you know, kind of, yeah, this is a great question.
Yeah, I'm really excited just to hear more about. Glad to hear that y'all are, you know, seriously looking into it. You know, I think it's a exciting area, and I think it's value add for the user, and you know, clearly for Brave. So,
Totally. And there's ways to generate revenue with crypto that are, you know, pretty novel, that that are cool, and that a lot of these protocols and things like that are willing to do things that that weren't around. But also, like, just having that headway, like, to be able to like explore these things again is so huge. I can't like I can't say it enough. Like, it is a major difference compared to where we were at a couple months ago. So Viva that.
Okay.
I was also going to ask. Oh gosh, I think I just completely blanked. Oh, I was going to ask. State of the Bat. I'm assuming that didn't come out, and I just missed it, right?
You didn't miss it. We'll get it out. I was gonna some of this stuff changed, and I wanted to kind of get some get a grip on where the wind was going with the new administration, and put things out there with that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Plus, there was some cool stuff around, you know, things that have been happening on chain too that I want to be able to include there. All right, let's see here. Pattern, and well, yeah,
mine's kind of relating to this one, so I want to get it out while I'm still thinking. So you've got, like, basically what you've got is you've got this rewards wall, and you've got all these different crypto companies that have got a product, but they don't necessarily have users. Like, for example, like Drip House, like, you know, they'd get more users if they were advertised on the Brave wall, you know, or like, or the Chump, or, you know, various like niche kind of crypto products, or even more complicated ones, you know, if they can get users over their products and get them to, or even like what's the Moonwalk, you know, those are all kind of things which would be perfect examples for the offer wall, wouldn't they?
Exactly. No, that's exactly right. And that's what we're doing right now is like, and you'll get pulled into this one either tomorrow or Thursday when we do the call about it. But basically, like, we've been working with all these partners, and with the community and in general, and they're all like you have like crossover category of things like Karate Combat or Moonwalk, or like Golfin is a new one that we've been talking with. They have like an app where you can like earn crypto through playing golf and all this other stuff. But these are like kind of like crossover apps that are like doing something that you would do outside of crypto with crypto, which are pretty cool. But also things like Chomp, things like you know, all the abstract stuff we've been launching, and kind of showing off like both different like things happening in different ecosystems, but also like different ways that you can utilize BAT with all these things and get, you know, little wins. That's exactly, though, like what you said in the beginning is exactly the point, right? Like, we're in a space right now where if you just look at L2s, right, like there's like 100 different L2s, right, and all of them are doing things on them. There's a crowding in the space. Then you've got other chains, and each one of these chains has an ecosystem, right? And BAT and Brave is like a browser where these things are all happening. So like what we should be doing, thinking about with rewards and with BAT, are like, what are ways that, like, the attention economy is everywhere, right? Like we can help give visibility for the apps, and not just any old app, but like, what are the best ones in the ecosystem that need the most growth, that can compete, right? Like, and also what's the new stuff that's interesting, and what are creators doing that is interesting, right? Like stuff that's like actually kind of trying to move the needle. And the great part about it is like, these things are new, and the market will be the market, but like, we have a place where you've got like millions of people opted in. Like, we can do a lot there to drive it. And in what we've been seeing, like from, you know, what we are able to see is like people are going back to that, just even when it's just reward settings, they're going to there a couple of times a month. Like, and so we can start to pull people into that offer wall and make it something where it's a better user experience. We can launch things from it. We can do more with it. and kind of really add a lot of value to what Rewards is doing in general. Because if we're in a space where that's a great thing about BAT is that it's like it's a token circulating out there, right? Like it's and the cool thing about these dApps is that that's their language, right? Like they know how to add token gating detection, all that stuff. Like it's not crazy to get them to use BAT for things or offer something to BAT holders, right? Like so that's where we're kind of going with a lot of this, is just like, let's get in this direction of like leveling up with the ecosystem. Let's get BAT everywhere. And what we can provide to the dApps is like this huge opportunity to like get their dApp out there with our user base, which is really large, and like figure ways for them. The program too, and I'll go over this more in detail next week, is like kind of giving them a bit of a sample of like, here's a taste of what it's like to get in front of 90% of our audience outside of Rewards even, right? Like, et cetera. So like we can dig in on that a little bit more next week, but the specific details, but yeah.
Sorry, just following on that a little bit more, and I'm banging on today, but I think it's probably quite appealing to getting people to work with us, that we work with BAT and Brave, that there isn't a massive war chest of BAT ready to be dumped on them the moment they integrate it, Like it's literally just money out there.
Yes, exactly, and like with the program too, we're gonna have them buy like into it with BAT. So like the media that we do run with them in conjunction with the offer wall, like they'll be paying with BAT for that too. So like it'll be something where we can show like we do with the transparency page, but like we can do it around the program, where like programs like this program's generated this much BAT purchase off the market kind of thing. And there's other things we're thinking about too around, okay, if in a situation where you got partners prepaying for BAT, like in BAT for this, like what are other things we can start to think about doing with that. So yeah, super excited about it. Yeah, it's good questions. I know C-Ray's been holding forever. I'm gonna give C-Ray the mic chime in, and I think you put some stuff in chat, but if you want to chime in.
Yeah, I mean, I put it in chat just in case you wanted to hit up. All I was asking is if if the dev team will be giving Android any love anytime soon. I've been seeing a lot of different requests for a long time. Things like, of course, playlist, but more importantly, like a bottom address bar, which is available in Chrome now. It's just not way to Brave. Being able to do custom search engines right now, there's no way for anyone to add or edit search engines for their defaults. Little things like that. Being able to do favorites on the dashboard. Android is the only operating system that Brave is on that does not let people have that control. So curious when or if stuff like this is going to be kind of getting attention.
Yep. No, it's good. So I know I heard Tim on Android team talking about the custom search engine piece as something that they are actively working on. I think I tagged Surgeon on the bottom address bar question, and I'm not sure where that's at, but I'm going to take note on these and get some feedback on them. I know that the playlist stuff's kind of getting refactored for mobile. I'm not sure on Android. I don't have a date on that yet, but it's getting worked on. Scriptlet stuff, I don't know. I know that just pushed for desktop like last week, I think. Profiles, not sure. Find out. I've taken all these down to get the. I'll take the rest back to the team and find out what's up.
All right, awesome. Appreciate it.
Yeah. And one other thing too. So like, I noticed that a lot of times, like when items are coming up on here, like they link back to community, and there's like old threads, right? Like and stuff like that. So one thing I've been talking with Stephen on and the community side, but also kind of like working with the team on, is like I'm gonna kind of better aggregate, try and figure out a way I can like export and aggregate all of the community issue stuff to get a better read on like volumes of issues and things like that. So that we can, figure out a process that's better around that. Because I know there's a bunch of work that's happened on the web compat reporter, like in the product, but like as far as Discord goes, like where the community is, like I think like we can dig in a little bit more there too, which probably help out with a lot of stuff. I know that you're helping us with CA on a regular basis too. So, you know, just wanted to kind of share that bit. See, Sergeant Piper.
So, my question is here: does Brave Shields have any way to protect users from tracking by CSS?
Oh, it's a good question. I gotta double check what custom filters you can make, if you can make them for CSS related stuff. It's been a while since I've checked that out. Let me take that one back and get you an answer after the fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it goes over this in this paper I'll link in the chat here. It's a PDF about how it's oftentimes people think JavaScript's the only thing that like it can be used to kind of track you, but now CSS has been proven to be able to track people.
Oh yeah, no, I mean like there's so many like hacks for tracking people. One of those things when Pete Snyder's like on, you know, leads on our privacy research team, and he created like a lot of the farbling techniques and stuff that we have in Brave. When he was still in college and he came out to like meet up with us back in the day, he was telling us about this method that people were using that was detecting like the luminance on the screen to track people. It's crazy stuff, man. Like there's so many things that people can do to kind of track, and a lot of stuff's kind of abstract, but the CSS stuff isn't as much. It is definitely like a vector too. So let me find out where we're at. I just don't try to remember, and it's kind of like off in the cobwebs of my brain of where we're at with that specific side of it. But I'll find out and kind of get back to you.
Yeah, I still don't think it's used that often, so it's not like priority number one like tracking by JavaScript or cookies would be, but still it's something that's theoretically possible. For example, if someone just completely blocks JavaScript, a site may be able to still track you by CSS, you know.
CSS is like a staple, right? Like that's everywhere. It's one of those things where if you're going to do it, even if it's theoretical, like the likelihood of it happening, it's probably already happening, right? Like often, like there's some things where you hear about them and you're like, oh, that's just some theory, right? Like, and theories are cool too, but like CSS is like everywhere. So if you're gonna do something, it's like JavaScript like that, where like, you know, aside from the HTML page, the CSS is like everywhere, right? So I think it's a good point, and a good thing for us to check up on.
Yep.
Awesome, man. I love this. Lots of good questions here.
It's not really a question. I think everyone's going to be impressed by how quickly the community call summary comes out this week.
Awesome. Yeah, no, it's great. I love it. Yeah, I think I'll hit you up offline too if we want to start a repository for the recordings or something too, if that's helpful.
Yeah, if you can get the video straight away, we'll get it to YouTube. Please.
Okay, great. Yeah. I'll start just throwing them in that folder then that we used the other day.
Okay, amazing.
Awesome.
Let's go, team.
Let's go, team. Look at this. Yeah, and I just for some alpha, I was meeting with the base team earlier today in person. So we'll see what happens here in the near future. But pretty bullish. Lots of interesting things happening, guys. And you know, I don't know. I'm really excited for the year to come, even though it's like really a mix of bittersweet and ugly, good stuff happening. You know, out there, it's amazing, like what's going on with the mindset shift and actually being able to build stuff now. So, super bullish on that. Yeah, I'll check on the search team if I can get them, or at least get them scheduled. You know, possibly, and see what we can do there. But yeah, I know we're right around time, so you know, we'll be back 1 week from today. Same bat time, same bat channel. And until then, I will see you online. Have a good one, everybody.
You too, Luke. Bye.
Yeah, thank you all.
Ciao,
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah.